Hi, Elena is here, and today I'm delighted to talk to Wade Odrey, an entrepreneur and a founder of Yolo Tycoon.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome, Wade.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining me today. And you are, so tell us about this mobile app. Tell us more about this company, which has the same name as a mobile app that you're working on, and what do you do?
Yeah, so we're creating a mobile app that anyone will be able to earn passive and active income as quickly as possible. Our goal is to have all of our users earn a minimum wage or more per hour as quickly as possible. So we've decided to do that through a mobile game that people will be able to earn money, and it'll be easy as, just turning it on and playing the game and getting paid every 5 minutes versus Ubering or DoorDash and Grubhub. So we're building this for the gig economy because we see some things that they're not, the gig economy is not living up to the standard that people wish it would. So, yeah.
Tell me more about the game. What kind of game is it?
Yeah, so it's a first-person shooter. We did a first-person shooter based off of the popularity of Call of Duty, CS:GO, all the esports. For Fortnite, popular. If you have a child or no children, they're playing some sort of shooting video games for the most part. So due to the popularity of them, that's why we chose a first-person shooter video game. And as for how you earn money, is basically if you load your account up with real money, you're using your debit or credit card, and then if you shoot a person, let's say you get $1 from them, so you earn $1 for every kill that you get, and if you die, then they get your dollar. So it's very simple concept. Just money just goes back and forth throughout the whole match, and then at the end of the 5 minutes, then everything, all the balances are squared up, and you're able to cash out.
Okay, so first of all, what is the minimum age for the players to participate?
Yeah, great question. So everyone has to be KYC'd. That's know your customer. So we make sure that we know all the users and to try to prevent any, fraud or cheating. So it's 21 years old. So we're kind of following the same rules as, gambling, but we don't consider this gambling whatsoever, just because this is skill play. This would fall into the skill play category because it's not random chance of luck. The better you are, the more money you'll be able to make. Sort of like the stock market is like how I like to compare it to, because the better you are at charting, knowing technical analysis, fundamentals, things like that, then you're going to have, that 1%, 2% edge over another person. And of course, for someone to buy a stock, someone has to be willing to sell a stock. So I always like to give that analogy.
All right, and my next question: so how will your company be paid? So how do you charge for the app? So dollar is people. So I get dollar if I shoot someone, and I lose the dollar if I'm dead. I die. So what's your interest in this? What's your percentage? And do you charge both winners and losers, or you only charge winners?
Yeah, so our business model is basically just like an old school arcade machine. You put in a quarter or a dollar to play the game, and that's per match. So if you're playing a 5-minute match, then we'll just charge you 25 cents, for example, to play the 5-minute match, and then you'll be able to earn as much money as you would like, or you're able to earn. So, and when people are like, okay, well, how much money can I earn from a video game? It's like, okay, well, if you're playing $1 per kill, it's on average, you could say that a person within 5 minutes in these first-person shooter video games, you could kill 25 people. So if you kill 25 people in a match and you die 10 times, and you just made $15. Well, actually, if you paid 25 cents to play, you made a profit of $14.75. for 5 minutes. So it's a very quick way to earn money. But like I said, so we make money on the per match. Like I said, you pay to play the 5 minutes, and then we make money through different forms of advertising, app subscriptions, um, merchandise. There's a bunch of different avenues that I think I've counted up to about 8 different avenues for potential earning for the business.
So in order to play the game, do I need a partner, or does the app will partner me with someone who's playing somewhere else, let's say in a different city or in a different country?
No, you just simply just download, just like you're with the Apple Store or Google Play Store, you just download the game and then you'll play an online match. So you play with anyone in the United States. So that's the initial release of the United States, but eventually it'll be global.
So, but there must be someone else playing at the same time I'm playing, correct?
Yes, correct.
In order to be able to play. Okay, so, cool. Can I invite a friend and play with a friend, or it's not gonna happen? It works only that way. It's like a random match for players, or I can choose the partner to play with.
No, it's going to be just completely random. Whatever users are available online at that time, you'll be able to play those people. So for the initial launch, we'll probably have a limited launch for a certain amount of hours each day. Since we're expecting a low number of users for the initial launch, because we want to beta test it to fine tune things, because this is actually ours. I did pivot because I don't know if we're going to talk about the platform at all, but this is basically the game is an onboarding to our platform, which I've been working on for the past 4 or 5 years. It was called ViewPay. And ViewPay is a platform where people are able to earn money through different technologies such as Internet of Things, watching ads, playing video games on their mobile phone, and we kind of pivoted to the video game. So that's the Yolo Tycoon is actually our onboarding for the platform. So that's where things start to get a lot more interesting for users. They're like, well, I'm not really into video games, but we're going to be providing a lot more different ways for people to earn money other than playing a video game.
But this game also helps to lose money, right? So if you're not good, do you help people do you train people? Do you help them to get better in playing this game?
Oh, of course. Yeah, we do have a practice mode where you're able to play the game ad-free with just against bots like robot computer players and stuff like that. So you're not losing any money unless, you'll know whenever you're going into a match with real people. So you can practice as many hours as you want.
Okay. And so when this game will be released?
We're planning this summer. So hopefully within the next 3 months, and we're about 90%, 95% done. There's just some things to tidy up, fix user interface, user experience, and just polish things up.
I never played computer games, but I'd love to play this one. So send my way, I'll start practicing. I'll be one of your first customers probably if I'll be good at the training mode first.
Well,
many times, then probably I quit. Cry. It's nice that you let people try first.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's there's millions of players that play video games already. I mean, there's a lot of people with mobile phones on mobile games on their phones right now. And for anyone looking to earn a side hustle, side income, this is the easiest. We're providing the easiest way to do that. Yes, there's some risk involved with losing some money, but if you're thinking about playing our mobile game versus Ubering, DoorDash, what other picking up scooters, those electric rechargeable scooters, birds. You're going to have to pay for a car. You're going to have to pay for gas, car insurance. Um, and I mean, that adds up to thousands of dollars, especially since I'm pretty sure that the average um, Uber driver might not be, treating their their Uber as a business and taking, deducting deducting items, and there's a lot to it versus just playing a video game to earn income instantly to cash out.
So, but if you attract too many Uber drivers, and they will become so good in playing your games, so we will have less Uber drivers.
Yeah.
Hurt the economy, because then Uber will become more expensive.
No,
Demand
I think
versus supply. Do you think about the dark side of your business?
well, I mean, there's always going to be, I believe there's always going to be Uber drivers. I mean, not everyone's in love with video games. Even if you can make money, just like the stock market or Robinhood, you have the people that are diehard, you know, investing in options and stock trading, and then you have people that don't. So our target market is a niche between millennials that have a passive income, that are able to play, earn money, and we only think that this is our platform will only grow with any hard economic times ahead. All the businesses that are within this Yolo Tycoon are made to thrive in a down economy, because people will be able to earn not only from playing the game, they'll be able to earn through their data. All our users will own their own data and be able to sell that to advertisers. You're already giving your data away for free to Google, Facebook, things like that. So um, people probably think that, after when we're talking so much about a video game, that our competitors would be Call of Duty, Fortnite, other like video game titles, but we're actually would be considered Uber, DoorDash, Facebook, Google, more of those types of companies.
Wade, you mentioned making about passive income coming from playing this game. Which part of playing game is a passive income? Because passive income is basically an income that I don't have to work for. But playing the game, I trade my time for money. So what is passive part of your invention?
Yeah, so great question. So the passive income part would be through our referral process. So we have a referral through the video game that you would earn. So we're sort of actually like profit sharing. So any referral that you bring into your game, that you would earn a percentage of their fees that they pay us. So for example, if you have a friend and she plays, 2 games, and so she pays us 50 cents, we'll pay you 5%, for example.
Sounds
So
good.
yeah, so the more people you bring to the game, the more anyone's that you're able to earn. And we're not going to cap that or anything like that. So you could basically just check in with your account and just cash out. So you personally don't even need to play the video game.
Okay, just do referrals, bring people. All right.
Yeah, you could. Could be its own separate business for any like influencers, anyone in their community.
So how can I do that? Let's say we do this interview, some folks watch this interview and like it. How can I refer to your platform? Share your website with them or any links?
Yeah, you can sign up at our Yolo Tycoon website just for the beta app launch. And once the app actually launches, and once the game actually launches, then you'll be able to, do the referral. But yeah.
Okay, I'll have this tool on the app, I guess.
Yeah, there'll be a place. Yep, there'll be a place to set up your referrals and to put the usernames and things like that. So once both of you register, then you just put your friend's registered name, and it will automatically automatically connect.
Great. My favorite question for you. So it's very exciting. And so how this idea was born? I read something on the website in form of, it's written in form of lovely poetry that the idea of this came from the dreams. Your dreams?
Oh, no.
Nightmares?
No.
What was it about? How this idea was born?
Yeah, great question. So, first we'll talk about where the idea for the app came from and the platform in general, and then I'll talk about the dreams and the theme. Because I've been into since I was a young kid, I've been in extreme sports, and I grew up around friends that were sponsored and professional BMX bikers. So they were sponsored by Fox Racing, DC Shoes, Hyundai, Target, Speed Stick, all these different brands. And so, I grew up, and through high school, I never bought a pair of shoes. I had a friend, Chris Doyle, and he would give me his any pairs of shoes, extra shoes that he had. So I'm growing up with people that are have a sponsorship. They're like, it was like the dream growing up to like not pay for things. And so I always had that in mind, and I always wanted to do that because I was always planning on being a sponsored athlete. And then I ended up taking around. I listened to my parents, and I went to college. I graduated from the University of Pittsburgh with a business degree, and I got into medical sales, medical devices. And I got into that because I got a great pay, but that also paid for my cell phone. They also had a car allowance. So it's like it's the route that I'm not paying for things. So it's like, the first house that I bought is a duplex. So I live in one side, rent the other side out, so I don't need to pay a mortgage. And so I've had that that same mindset of having someone pay for my things. And of course, then I became a race car driver. So I was a professional race car driver for a short amount of time, that I had sponsors pay for my tires, my car, things like that. And I was like, well, how do I make this available to everyone? How do I create lifestyle sponsorship? And so that's where our platform began, is to say that, how can people get paid for their data, their advertising? Because right now we use all sorts of different products. Every day you may be eating Kellogg's cereal and there's no kickback for you, or you wear a pair of Nike shoes and you're not Reebok shoes. There's all different products that we use that we don't get any specific things for it. So I make that possible for anyone, and we believe that with them we can we can increase the household income greatly enough to make an impact for median household income. So that's how the idea started, and what I've been working on for the past 5 years. The video game, like I said, is the onboarding for this future platform. But as for the theme of the website with the dreams and everything, we started with the business model first, and then we were like, okay, well, let's make a video game that people could earn money, and then how do we what's the storyline? What's the background on that? So I'm a Christian, so I've always wanted to make something about the second heaven battles. In the Bible, you hear and read Bible stories about angels, fighting other angels, or getting through. A message from God will take. There's a Bible verse, and I wish I could remember it. Basically, it was Daniel in the Bible. So it took 21 days for him to receive the message from God, because there was like second heaven battles going on. So that always intrigued me about spiritual warfare and things like that. So that's why this game incorporates spiritual warfare and Natalie's journey to find her faith. And because I think everyone's it's in us. Spirituality is inherent in us to be seeking things. If we're not worshiping, God, they're worshiping rocks. Someone's worshiping something, or they're, even money. It's people. So I think it's interesting.
I really like it. Just wanted to link it to your personal background. So was it born because this idea was born because you struggled through something that is in the poems, like, but I mean, was it kind of more personal or related to your family members, maybe your friends? Because it also says it speaks about drugs and dreams born and nightmares born after taking those drugs. And I wasn't sure if it's about yourself or it's just
No.
written as an idea.
Yeah, no. Yeah, this is all just a storyline that I came up with, that because I believe that we live in a fallen world, and it's like how the majority of people, I shouldn't say the majority of people, but there's a lot of people that I actually could say that alcohol is a drug. So the majority of people, you could say, use drugs, whether that's prescription, alcohol, smoke marijuana. There's all sorts of, so alcohol is the most common. Would you consider alcohol a drug? I don't know.
I
But
couldn't hear the last one. What is it?
I'm trying to think if alcohol is considered a drug or not. But
It definitely changes the
well, it's yeah,
psyche.
it changes your psyche and everything like that. But so we're just making this relate to just people that that abuse substances.
I see. So people basically, I see the message. So basically, instead of taking drugs, just play games and make some money, right?
Well, see, that's sort of like how the storyline works, is that she's the main character's lost. She's having these dreams after she actually becomes she
You're talking about Natalie.
yeah, and I was gonna
Is she
say
a fiction character
she
or
is a
based on
fictional.
real
No,
fictional character?
everything's a fictional character. Yeah, everything's fictional character, and but we have a unique thing with that. Natalie is uh, is tied to a real person, so that their social media, their Instagram or their Twitter, everything that happens inside of the game, or I should say inside of the social media, will happen in the game as a result. So if you see Natalie, the main character, go to the zoo and you know takes pictures of tigers and puts them on social media, well, since you're playing the dreams of Natalie, tigers could appear in the dream, in the game for a short amount of time. So we're trying to make this as real time to the social media of the main character as possible, which is a unique little twist. But all her dreams and nightmares that she has are all part of the game, where the second heaven battles. So you eventually come to find out that she becomes demon possessed, and that those demons are what's causing her to have bad dreams. And then she starts searching for faith. So it's a faith journey, and it's a spiritual journey.
Is the game going to be in 3D or 4D format?
Just a mobile game to start, but our platform that will eventually build out will include virtual reality, augmented reality, things like that. We have already had 4 years ago. I have a prototype using AR, augmented reality, to get people paid using digital products, and taking pictures with digital products and posting those on social media to earn an income. So all those the different aspects will be included in the future.
That's great. And you you spoke about one of my favorite subjects, financial freedom. So financial freedom is also my goal, and I walk this path very successfully. And I know have you achieved your financial freedom, and who was your mentor or inspiration?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I've reached financial freedom because I'm just putting all the money that I have into these startups.
All right.
I mean, I'm putting everything into it because I believe, um, from all my studies and all the network that I've created, which led me to meeting you. Um, we try to navigate life and as best as we can, and of course it's uncertain, but the better we can strategize and play the game of life, the better the outcome, and that's generally speaking. But I forget where I was going with that. I apologize.
Financial
I forget.
freedom.
Yeah,
And
but
mentor, inspiration.
yeah, but we believe that financial freedom can happen from these games, from this platform that we're creating. Because if I really don't see, if someone put the time and the effort, I don't see why someone couldn't earn an extra $30,000 a year playing. I don't see any doubt.
Perfecting their skills and playing more and better, every time better. Yes, why not? If it's designed that way to win, I believe it's
Yeah, I
possible.
mean, and like I said, I haven't gone through all the details that we're working on for future features, but we're able to we found ways to, let's just say, supercharge your earnings through brand ambassador, like being a brand ambassador, being sponsored, a sponsored player, and things like that through the game. So not only would you make your um your $1 per kill, but you're also going to make an extra 5%, 10% on top of that. So
How? How? To make extra 5-10% on top of that?
that I'll tell you at another time, maybe at the
Oh,
second interview. I'm trying to keep some stuff on the
no,
under
keep it,
wraps.
yes. This is a chance for me, an opportunity to have you back.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure. And so a couple more questions. I don't know how much time you have left.
No, I still got, yeah, I've half an hour. That's fine.
Cool. Well, so you refer to we your team, or your team members who are working with you on the startup.
Yeah, so I subcontract all my developers at this moment. So I have about 4 developers. I'll take that way, three developers, because we just let one go, but 3 developers. So we have 2 in Turkey and 1 in South Korea. So so I have a backend developer and 2 Unity game developers.
Yeah, teamwork is the way to succeed, right?
Yeah, without you can't do any. It's hard to do things on your own unless you're uh, a coder yourself and you have the soft skills to push the idea. Over time, we all create our stacks of skill sets and things like that. So, and unless over time you're well rounded or you just get really lucky, um, having a team, it makes that huge difference. So, I'm in the process of working out, getting board members for the platform to grow and see what we can do.
Sounds great. And what other businesses do you do besides this mobile app, this
Yeah, so,
startup?
yeah, great question. So, I've been in the medical device technology for the past decade. So I'm phasing myself out of the medical field as we speak. And so I currently work remotely, and that provides me extra time and hours to work on this startup. So my plan is to do the startup full time here this year.
Sounds great. And besides that, you invest in real estate, correct?
Yes, I try to. I love real estate. I love investing in the stock market, and I love it all. Any different ways to generate income is a good thing.
Who are your heroes? Who are your mentors and people who inspired you to do what you do?
Inspiration. I'd say, my I don't really have anyone. I don't have anyone to aspire to um because I don't I guess everyone's just so different. I think that's it. I think everyone's so different that when we try to aspire to them to someone else, that we may neglect our own personal characteristics. So it's like, even if we would reach that level of Jeff Bezos, let's just say Jeff Bezos is a hero to someone. Um, if we try to mold ourselves to that person, then we may cut off a certain part of our personality or characteristics that might make us even better, or better in a different way. Because we don't, from the outside looking in, we don't know that their shortcomings, right? So I think if we stay unique and to ourselves and grow our own selves. So I never, like I said, so I never looked up to anyone, because I felt just so different.
This is great. I love this because you're self-made and you don't need anyone to wake to have you wake up in the morning and move forward. You just enough.
It's a survival. It's like, life's tough. Life is tough, and I think that once you get out into the real world, because it's like our school systems didn't teach us well. So, and it's like, so once I was in my like late 20s, it was like, okay, now I need to educate myself. I need to go to these conferences. I need to go to, 10 years ago, I went to Rich Dad, Poor Dad, real estate conference, invested $10,000 10 years ago, um, to learn about, how to work real estate. And it's just being self-aware of the world that you kind of like dropped into from out of college. Then you're into the real world, and then you're like, once you start making money, and then you find out how much taxes they take, and you're like, oh man, like I'm like, I gotta figure this out. So, and it's just that ongoing process of getting better, figuring life out, because I think that's like all our job. I don't think you can talk to anyone that's like figured life out 100%, because you still have people that, even if they may figure out financially, then they may be depressed, so they haven't figured that out. There's all sorts of different and of course black swan events happen. Things come up that hard to prepare or plan for.
Yes. So you help in this tough world. You help people to monetize their good time.
Yeah. I mean, our goal is to help people earn additional income. Yeah. So, if I, my economic outlook is a poor economic outlook, for the world, and if things get worse, their lifestyles are going to change. They're going to look for ways to earn more money. I mean, this can touch on the money printing that's going on. We can touch on, possible AI taking over people's jobs. We can talk about, the World Economic Forum, what they're planning to doing. And I mean, there's also, I think there's more reasons than not that, good times create weak men, as you've heard that quote, I'm sure. And I mean, with 2008 happening, things things weren't ever fixed. So yeah, I just think that there's hard times ahead, and I need to create a product to help people.
That's great. Um, I believe in great success for people who share their ideas, their value with others, and so people who share with more and more, create goods and services for more people around them, and they have no way but succeed.
Yeah.
So, have you ever had a regular 9 to 5 jobs? And if you did, which was the most hated?
Yeah. Well, I don't think I've always had a 9 to 5 job. I mean, since college. And as for a hated job, I enjoyed every job that I had. Believe it or not, because I've always found something in the job that would build to my skill set. So growing up, working in pizza restaurants, I've waitered, washed dishes, cooked, and just seeing how the business is operated. I've been an entrepreneur, my whole life actually. It's kind of, my mother was an entrepreneur. She had a restaurant for I think like 15, 20 years. My father is an entrepreneur. He's had a business and multiple businesses since I've known. And I mean, starting in 5th grade, I was I think 5th grade, 4th grade, 4th or 5th grade. I
It says fifth.
was
I think
What's
on
that?
LinkedIn it says 5th grade.
Okay, 5th
And you,
grade. Yeah, 5th grade. I was selling comic books out of my locker to other kids. So I went to and I wasn't even into comic books. I didn't read the comic books really, but I was in the mall and I saw like comic books on sale for 10 cents, 25 cents. So I was like, I wonder if I could, you know, if I could sell these to kids. So then and so when it said like 25 cents, I'd put a 1 in front of it. So it'd be 125. Or if it was, $1.50 comic book, I'd turn the 1 into a 4. So it'd be like a $4.25 comic book. And then I'd sell those comic books to all the kids in my grade. And then eventually, apparently got popular enough that I got called into the principal's office, and my mother, found out that I was selling comic books, which like wasn't a big deal to her. But yeah, I got shut down. That was the first business to get shut down in 5th grade. But and then through high school and college, I had an apparel company. So we sold shirts, hats, thongs, booty shorts, tank tops, bikinis, and hoodies, racing apparel because I was into car racing at the time, and that helped fund any racing activities that I had. So I've always been an entrepreneur, and I've always any work that I've done for a company, I've always sought to learn how can I run this business or how can I run this more efficiently. So I've never, I was never in a 9 to 5 job that I didn't get or take something from it. Because even when someone didn't want to, like I said, when I worked in a pizza place through college, it was like, oh, I don't want to wash. I don't want to be a dish dog. I don't want to wash. This is like a low job here. But when you're washing dishes, it's mindless. So I'm like seeing how I'm washing dishes and I'm watching the waitresses go by and seeing any inefficiencies by the waitresses, or seeing like, why are they putting the dishes here when they could put them in another location that would be faster to for the process of washing dishes. I was just like always thinking, how to analyzing things. That's just me. Like I said, no job. I've enjoyed every job that I've had. Luckily. So
you use your experience for your benefit.
yeah, and I'm sure jobs that you've done in your past have led you to have the character that you have.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I had plenty of jobs, different industries. So yes, and I believe they all help me to become who am I today. And
Yeah, and it's like we all have our own personal journey that we're on. So, and it's not um I don't think it's a rush to get to a destination, because then once you're at a destination, then it's like, well, what's next? Where it's like, it's like the process along the way. And each of us have a different journey, and each of us have different skills, traits, characteristics, so it's going to be different. And I think that with you interviewing different people and hearing their journeys is good to for other people to hear, because they could think that when they hear other people in their journey, they could be like, wow, my journey is somewhat similar, or I'm not where I want to be in life. It's like, well, we'll give it time, because there's a lot of people that by the time they finish the race, let's say at the end of their race at death, they may have made a bunch of money and lost it all, or had great happiness and then died depressing, or been depressed or not financially set through their entire life. But by the time they die at the end, everything's perfect. It's they found out the real true meaning of life.
And they miss life, a journey of life, right?
Yeah. It's just like when you hear quotes of people. One quote is that if it was like a multimillionaire said that if they would go back to whenever they didn't have money, and I forget what the actual quote is, but that makes you think that, like, if you work all your life, and then, what's a good one, is the one about the fisherman. Do you ever hear about the fisherman and the businessman? Okay, so I'll just tell it real quick, because it's a quick, simple story. So the a wealthy businessman comes to an island and talks to a fisherman, and he's saying that, oh wow, you're catching so much fish every day here, that you should turn this into a business, and then you can catch more fish, you can sell it to all the tourists, you can make a bunch of money. And then he keeps saying, and then he's like, well, and then what? He's like, well, then you can grow your business even bigger. And the fisherman says, well, and then what? And then the businessman says, well, then you can retire and you can just fish whenever you want. And then you can just live the life. You can live at the beach, fish whenever you want, retired. And the fisherman says, I already do that.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm already doing that right now. Like, what and that's a good story, because it's like we all try to, people are either in the rat race, trying to get out of the rat race, the debt, the debt ball. And it's like, well, you could just do it you could just simplify everything and not worry about it, and not live to other people's standards.
Life is a game.
Yes.
Life is a game. No, have fun, enjoy. And one of my last questions for you today is any other projects you're working currently on besides Yolo Tycoon?
No, I'm 100% tunnel visioned on Yolo Tycoon. I've made mistakes in the past where because I have we all say we have good ideas, but I've had some good ideas that anytime that we're taking away on our ideas, we're taking time away from our main focus. Because it's like, let's say if you're trying to make $1 million, you only need one business to make $1 million, right? For example. So then it's like, well, if I have a 2 million, if I have two separate ideas and each of them could make $1 million, if by splitting that up on two different ideas, is that going to benefit either one? No. It's, you're going to take time away from the first business or from the second business. So there's always a trade-off. So focusing on Yolo Tycoon is my number one priority.
Great. Good luck with this project. As we say on stage, break a leg when you
Thank you.
Launch it and move forward with the official part, presentation and official release.
Thank
It
you.
will be
Yeah, I'll
your
let you
gig.
know.
That will be your gig. All right. Please share with us your website and social media so people can find more about you and your work.
Yeah, so you can just look up the website's yolotycoon.com. That's YOLO tycoon.com. And then sign up for our beta app release and yeah, earn some money.
Yeah, you can. People who watch us, if they check this website, they can entertain themselves reading the poetry, and also clicking on the social media links, and so that will send them to LinkedIn, Facebook, and all other pages, Twitter, and others.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Wade, for being with me today and sharing this hour with me and your creative product, your project that will benefit the world and help people to monetize their good time playing games.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Sure. You're watching Boost Your Creativity and Bank Account with Elena. This channel became an official selection at Morgana Film Festival, and now it's screening on its platform, morganafilmfestival.com/trailers. Check it out. And please like and subscribe this channel, EDC World Inc., so I can create more content and invite more talented and successful people to share their stories. Have a nice day.